Before we begin, I must warn you, this is not just another video. The knowledge you are about to receive is powerful, sacred, and divinely guided. Skipping this message or leaving before the end could mean missing out on one of the most important spiritual revelations of your life. This message is not for everyone. It is only for the chosen ones, those who bear the half moon or the letter M on their palms. If you have these marks, you are not ordinary. You are a divine vessel of light, guided by higher forces, and those who mistreat you face consequences they cannot escape. But be warned, the mysteries revealed here may shake your understanding of reality. Once you hear them, you will never see life the same way again. You will begin to recognize the spiritual patterns around you, the justice that unfolds before your very eyes, and the undeniable proof of instant karma for those who wrong you. Before we continue, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future teachings like this. Your engagement helps spread this divine wisdom, allowing more chosen ones to find their purpose. Now, let us begin. Open your heart. Prepare your soul. This is your moment of revelation. The half moon and the letter M on your palm are not random birthmarks. They are spiritual seals, imprinted upon you before you even entered this world. Padre Pio, the great mystic, once said, "God leaves his mark upon his chosen, and the world shall see it, though they may not understand it." Throughout history, those with these marks have been warriors of light, carrying divine favor and an unbreakable spiritual shield. They are deeply intuitive, divinely protected, and set apart for a greater mission. But with this calling comes a profound truth. Those who mistreat them, betray them, or attempt to bring them down will inevitably face karma, swift, undeniable, and absolute. You may have already noticed it. Someone who hurt you suddenly fell ill, lost a job, or faced a downfall shortly after their actions. This is not coincidence. It is a law. Just as night follows day, those who harm the chosen ones will face divine justice. But why does this happen? What makes the chosen ones so different? The answer lies in the ancient wisdom passed down by the saints, including Padre Pio himself. Have you ever felt like people are drawn to you, but at the same time, they seem to envy or resent you? You did nothing to them, yet they scheme against you, try to take advantage of your kindness, or betray your trust. Why? Because you carry light, and darkness cannot stand it. Padre Pio once said, "Those who are filled with jealousy and wickedness are unknowingly repelled by divine souls, yet they cannot resist seeking their downfall." Your presence exposes the hidden darkness in others. People with impure hearts will either be drawn to your energy or repelled by it, but one thing is certain: if they try to harm you, the consequences will be swift. This is why you must not seek revenge. It is already written that those who harm you will harm themselves. Instant karma is not a belief, it is a law. The universe, guided by divine justice, will always balance the scales. Why does karma happen so quickly to those who mistreat the chosen ones? Because you are not alone. You are backed by higher forces, spiritual guardians, and divine law. Padre Pio often spoke of the heavenly army that surrounds those with a divine calling. He taught that when a chosen one is wronged, heaven itself reacts. Consider this: a person who deceives, betrays, or mocks you may seem to enjoy temporary success. But watch closely. Soon after, they will experience loss, misfortune, or sudden misalignment in their lives. Their relationships will suffer, their ambitions will fail, and they will feel an emptiness they cannot explain. This is because they did not attack just you. They attacked the divine presence within you. And what is done to a chosen one is done unto the heavens. Let us take a moment to reflect on real-life cases of instant karma for those who mistreated chosen ones. Padre Pio himself faced persecution. There were those who falsely accused him, mocked his sacred gifts, and tried to silence him. But what happened to them? Many of these individuals faced great suffering. Some fell into despair, others lost their positions of power, and many of them were eventually forgotten by history, while Padre Pio's name remains eternal. This pattern has repeated throughout history. Saints, prophets, and mystics, those with the divine mark, have always been protected. And when someone tries to bring them harm, that harm always returns to its sender. Think about your own life. Has someone mistreated you, only to face sudden misfortune afterward? If so, you are witnessing the divine law in action. One of the most profound spiritual truths is this: the energy people send you will always return to them. When someone sends love, respect, and kindness to a chosen one, Their life is filled with blessings and divine favor. But when someone sends jealousy, deceit, or harm, those same energies return to them like a mirror. This is why many chosen ones notice that their enemies destroy themselves without them needing to do anything. The darkness they send out does not touch you, it bounces back and consumes them instead. Padre Pio explained it best. A soul of light does not need to seek justice, for justice follows it like a shadow. One of the greatest spiritual protections for the chosen ones is the unseen shield that surrounds them. This is a divine barrier that ensures that no harm directed toward them will have a lasting effect. Even when attacks come, they are divinely intercepted. Padre Pio often reminded his followers that when you are chosen, you are set apart, and your trials are never in vain. But what happens when people still attempt to harm you? The answer is simple: their weapons turn against them. The scriptures say, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." Isaiah 54 verse 17. This is not a metaphor, it is a spiritual reality. Those who try to slander you will find themselves caught in their own deception. Those who try to destroy your name will see their own reputation crumble. Those who try to take from you will end up losing even more. This is because the chosen ones do not fight their battles alone. They are backed by the divine justice of the universe. The half moon and the letter M in your palm are not just marks. They are spiritual seals that mark you as protected. Every time someone tries to break you, they unknowingly trigger a spiritual counterattack. Many of you may have noticed this pattern in your own lives. You don't need to seek revenge. The universe fights for you. The moment someone plots against you, their downfall begins. Some may experience a series of unfortunate events, while others might struggle with internal turmoil, guilt, or sudden obstacles. This is divine justice at work, ensuring that no harm against the chosen ones goes unanswered. Although you are protected, this does not mean life will be without struggles. In fact, one of the greatest challenges of being chosen is that you must endure trials before stepping into your full power. Padre Pio himself faced unimaginable suffering, but through it, he gained wisdom, resilience, and a deeper connection with the divine. Have you ever felt like people misunderstand you? That no matter how kind you are, you attract both love and hatred? This is because your light is too bright for some people to handle. The world does not always celebrate those who carry divine energy. Instead, it often resists them. But here is the truth. Every attack against you is also a step toward your elevation. The mistreatment you face refines you, making you stronger, wiser, and more spiritually aware. Every betrayal teaches you discernment. Every hardship builds your endurance. Every rejection redirects you toward your destiny. This is why the chosen ones must never seek revenge, complain, or doubt their path. Instead, they must trust in the divine timing of justice. Padre Pio once said, "The pain you suffer today is the seed of the blessings you will reap tomorrow." When people mistreat you, they think they are harming you, but in reality, they are preparing you for greatness. One of the hardest lessons for the chosen ones is learning that not everyone is meant to stay in your life. You may notice that people come and go, that friendships fade, and that relationships sometimes break apart without explanation. This is not a coincidence, it is a divine separation. When you carry the half moon or the letter M on your palm, your path is different. Some people cannot handle your energy, and others are simply not meant to walk with you to your destiny. If someone mistreats you, betrays you, or suddenly leaves your life, see it as divine intervention. Padre Pio understood this well. He often said, "God removes people from your life not to punish you, but to protect you." There are those who would only bring destruction if they remained in your presence. If you continue holding on to people who are not meant for you, you will experience unnecessary suffering. Do not grieve over those who mistreated you and then faced karma. Their downfall was not your doing. It was a direct result of their own choices. Instead of focusing on them, focus on the new doors that are opening for you. Every loss is a lesson, and every departure is a redirection towards something greater. Many people wonder, if instant karma is real, why does it sometimes take time? While some forms of divine justice happen immediately, others unfold over time. This is because the timing of karma is always perfect. It may not happen on your schedule, but it will happen when it is most impactful. Padre Pio often taught that patience is the greatest test of faith. He reminded his followers that divine justice never fails, even if it seems delayed. Some people who mistreat you may not see immediate consequences, but over time, their actions will return to them. Have you ever heard stories of people who seem to get away with mistreating others, only to face a sudden downfall years later? This is because karma builds up like a wave, and when it finally crashes, it leaves no room for escape. The longer it takes, the more intense the justice will be. Your role as a chosen one is not to worry about when or how karma will unfold. Trust in the divine process. Focus on your journey, and know that the universe will always correct what is unjust. Those who wrong you may think they have won, but they have only delayed their own reckoning. Because you are chosen, you attract both light and darkness. There will always be people who try to drain your energy, test your patience, or challenge your peace. But as Padre Pio taught, the greatest victory is not in fighting darkness, but in refusing to let it enter your soul. Here are 3 ways to protect yourself from negative forces. Guard your mind. Do not allow negative words, doubts, or fears to take root in your thoughts. Chosen ones must train their minds to remain focused on faith, truth, and wisdom. Set spiritual boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Be careful who you allow into your life, who you share your dreams with, and who you trust. Embrace stillness. The chosen ones are often guided by intuition and divine whispers. Spend time in silence, prayer, or meditation to strengthen your spiritual connection. People who mistreat you are trying to disturb your peace and lower your vibration. The best way to defeat them is not through revenge, but through remaining unshaken. When they see that their actions do not affect you, their own karma will torment them even more. There is a profound strength in silence. Many chosen ones feel the urge to defend themselves when faced with mistreatment, to prove their innocence, or to fight against those who seek to harm them. However, true power is found in restraint. Padre Pio often taught that the greatest victories are not won by the loudest voices, but by those who trust in divine justice. When someone wrongs you, your first reaction might be to seek answers, confront them, or retaliate. But have you noticed that the more silent you remain, the quicker their downfall comes? This is because spiritual justice does not require your interference. Those who betray or mistreat you are already on a path of destruction. Their own actions have set their punishment in motion. Padre Pio himself faced persecution, accusations, and envy from those who did not understand his divine calling. Yet, he remained silent, allowing God to fight for him. His enemies eventually faced the consequences of their actions, and he was vindicated without lifting a finger. This is the lesson for the chosen ones. Do not fight battles that are already won in the spiritual realm. Silence is not weakness, it is a declaration of faith. It is saying, I do not need to prove myself, because the universe has already decided my victory. When you choose silence over revenge, you allow karma to work swiftly and powerfully. And when karma speaks, it speaks louder than any words you could ever say. As we come to the end of this teaching, it is crucial to reflect on everything you have learned. The half moon and the letter M in your palm are not coincidences. They are divine symbols of protection, purpose, and justice. If you carry these marks, you have likely experienced unfair treatment, betrayal, or envy. But now, you understand why. You are not meant to live like everyone else. Your presence disrupts those who operate in darkness. Your light exposes hidden truths. Your very existence challenges those who live without integrity. This is why you attract both admiration and opposition. But the greatest truth is this: you are never alone. Padre Pio's wisdom reminds us that suffering is never in vain. Every mistreatment you have endured has been seen by divine eyes. Every betrayal has been recorded. Every tear has been counted. And the justice that follows is inevitable. Those who have mistreated you will experience their own actions return to them, sometimes instantly, other times in divine timing, but always with precision. So, what should you do moving forward? Stand firm in your faith. Protect your energy. Trust the process. Remain silent when necessary, and never doubt your calling. The universe has already written your victory. All you have to do is walk in it. The chosen ones are never forgotten, never forsaken, and never unprotected. Now, if you found value in this revelation, like, comment, and subscribe. This message needs to reach those who are still questioning their path. You are chosen, you are protected, and your justice is assured. Turn on notifications, because there is more wisdom to come.